Hey everyone,
Hey there.
this is your commissioner coming to you. This is going to be the Week 14 League Managers
Woo!
Note. I'm joined today by the champ, your number one seed, Mr. Joel Gibson.
Woo! I would say I'm surprised. And actually, I am fucking surprised. Man, guys, we're just taking the week off.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
All right, well, you look good, man.
Thanks, man.
Fresh off the plane, I picked him up at the airport today.
Sure
Flew
did.
in.
Yeah.
So welcome back to Pennsylvania and all the snow.
Yeah?
We'll get right into this week's matchups.
Yeah.
We'll start with the champs matchup, as we were alluding to. Joel wins 5-5-1. He won in the last quarter.
Of the last game.
Of the last game. It might have been the third quarter, but it was somewhere right at the end of the third quarter that he finally took the 5-5-1.
There was a point in the third quarter I was down 7-4.
Yes. Yeah, I thought Simmons had it. That's a bummer. Unless a miracle happens and Joel loses 2 of his next 3 and Simmons wins all 3, Joel's clinched the 1 seed again this year.
Unbelievable. Really well played, Simmons. He also made a big move today. Congrats to him.
Yep, got Howard in the trade. CJ just selling out to Simmons at this point in the year. That's 3 consecutive trades involving a pick. So, as long as everybody's paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we will move on. We'll go to an upset this week. Matt Hobart takes down Adam. 7-3-1. Matt Hobart is back. He's healthy. Lou Williams dropped a fucking 50-burger this week.
Jesus.
And he is hitting threes like nobody's business. Now, I will say that Adam was without Lowry this week.
Yeah.
So that definitely played into this game. He was the home team. It definitely could have helped him in assists.
Yeah.
He would have won assists. It could have helped him out. In points, incredible. Matt, jeez.
Steals.
63 points. Well done, Matt. Just put it on him.
Yeah.
Matt moves. You have now won a ridiculous 12 straight, by the way. You're 12-1. Simmons,
the full cycle.
Simmons, yes. Simmons is 10-3. Matt Hobart moves to 7-6, really making some noise.
Yeah.
Incredible, makes it over 500, and Adam loses. He moves down to 8-5.
Yeah.
The next matchup is another upset. We've got Cody beating Doug.
Unbelievable.
Doug cannot seem to stay above 500. Cody gets his 4th win. Just incredible.
Just wasn't. I mean, Horford said.
Yeah, Horford took a day or 2 off this week.
Sat Kelly Olynyk. He picked him up too.
Sat Kelly Olynyk, did he not? It wouldn't have mattered.
Nope.
Wouldn't have mattered either way.
Nope.
Congratulations to Cody. He is 2 games out of a playoff spot with 3 to go. So it is possible for him to get in if one of these teams can lose these remainder games here. So every week is about to be extremely important.
Sorry, man.
Man. Moving on, we'll move to my matchup. I was home versus CJ.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, I continue my streak of never losing to CJ. I win 7-3-1. I moved to 8-5, which is tied with Adam, and I'm the 2 seed. Oh, it feels good to be Mr. Modest. We're starting to get healthy. Turner's elbow's a little hurt, so he sends his love. But I got to sit all 6 of my players today, so I wasn't very worried. It was nice to have a week like this, and it's nice to have a week like next week, too.
Yeah.
Moving right along, a more important matchup, the 6-6 Neiman versus Steven. Steven finally gets back to 6-6 and is cooking, and Neiman just comes along. Hardaway is back. Neiman's no longer playing a man down. Curry sat for Steven, and Neiman ended up winning 7-3-1.
Unbelievable.
Neiman is now 7-6. He's tied with Matt Hobart. Neiman has the tiebreaker with Matt Hobart, just just in case anybody's paying attention. So we've got Neiman at the number 5 seed right now.
Less than 10 points separated them.
Less than 10 points separated them. One double-double separated them. Incredible. 6 threes. Field goal percentage was really close. What a matchup.
33 turnovers.
And it's important to note that Neiman did this without the Westbrook triple-double, too.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't need the triple-double to win away, so that's really interesting.
Mm.
The last matchup of the week was Eric winning 8-2-1 versus Kyle. Kyle is barely breathing at this point. He does have Levine returning, so that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Eric is just hanging on. I still have Eric at the 9 based on his record. He is on the outside looking in. So
Yeah.
Cody versus Eric, even to get into the playoffs at this point, is really interesting. Doug is at the 8, so
Yeah.
super interesting. Anyway, we will move on to next week. We'll start with the champs matchup first. It's going to be Joel at Cody.
Cody, we were talking about you need to win out.
Yeah. I hate to break Cody's bubble, but he has to beat the reigning defending champion to continue his playoff streak. If he takes this loss, it's extremely unlikely. He will need some significant help to get into the playoffs if he loses again. I'm going to go ahead and pick Joel in this matchup.
I'm going to pick me too. Cody, I'd love to see you in the playoffs, but I'm making sure nothing goes a little funky here. I'm keeping that 1 seed.
Right. And winning will also effectively give you the 1 seed because there will be 2 weeks left, even if you lose both of them. Simmons would only tie at this point, and you have the tiebreaker against Simmons. So, a lot on the line for the champ this week. I picked Joel, obviously.
Yep. Matt Simmons.
Matt Simmons. I really like this matchup. It's interesting. We looked it up, and Matt actually wins against Simmons 6-4-1.
Boogie versus Davis.
Boogie versus Davis. If Davis is injured at all, Boogie just shoots through the moon.
I will say this. Boogie was lighting it up, or not Boogie, I'm sorry. Anthony Davis was lighting it up today. Fucking
48 points, incredible from Davis today. I'm going to go ahead and pick Matt here against Simmons. Matt is coming on. He's healthy. He's got Blake healthy. He picked up a waiver rotation spot that he can also cycle against Simmons. Simmons made a trade, lost a cycle spot, so we're going to see. I think Matt can put some significant pressure on this week and maybe steal one.
I think double-doubles are close enough that I think Dwight's going to be the difference.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It also helps in field goal percentage,
which
was extremely close as well. Free throw percentage was also close, so obviously Howard holding that. We're going to find out. It's going to be a really close matchup and a lot on the line for both Matt and Simmons.
For sure. If Simmons were to lose again, that would put him at 10-4. Is there anyone even within...
Adam and I are at 8-5 right now. So it's doable, but I'm okay just cruising in at the 2 seed anyway.
Yeah.
You pick Simmons?
Yeah, I'm picking
for
Simmons.
This one. All right, so we're going to move on here, and we have Adam at Doug. Another huge playoff matchup. Doug right now is at the 8th spot. He is treading water for the playoffs. Adam's been without Lowry, so if he can get healthy, it could be interesting.
The scores were fairly close.
Indeed, they were extremely close. I'm going to have to go Adam here. I think Lowry at least comes back this week. Doug could do some interesting things with cycling, so I guess we're going to see who's cycling and how much money everyone has left. This is going to be crucial this week.
Yeah.
Who do you have?
I think I'm going to pick Doug.
You're going to pick Doug away?
Or
Doug home, okay.
Doug home. What is the official prognosis on when Lowry's supposed to come back?
Well, he was ruled out yesterday. It was questionable yesterday, so I think it's moving forward. He could be out towards the beginning of the week. We don't know about Horford. We don't know what Boston's thinking as far as Kyrie either.
Yeah.
Turner's coming back, so Sabonis might be limited a little bit. And like I said, I think that Doug and Adam have an open cycling spot. So it's going to come down to the ads for me, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to change my pick. I think I'm going to go with Adam.
Adam?
Just looking at that team.
Yep. I agree. So Adam, and then the next matchup here, we have Neiman at CJ. This is big for Neiman. He's one game behind me. If he can somehow catch up with me, he could take the 2 seed. He does have the tiebreaker over me.
He's healthy.
He's healthy now, so he's not to be fucked with. I'm going to go ahead and pick Neiman in this matchup.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Neiman too. CJ's just what he ordered.
Exactly. Speaking of what I ordered, Mr. Modest this week is away versus the tough matchup of Baney and Modest for 2020. The name says it all. I think that Kyle Beatty and I are going to win the presidential election. He'll be president. That's fine with me. I'm happy to be his Joe Biden out there kissing babies. It's fine. He's not going to beat me this week. I'm going to go ahead and pick myself really, really hard. Nice warm-up matchup. We're going to see.
Yeah, I think we'll cruise. Joe Biden's the one kissing babies?
Yeah.
Wasn't Barack the one kissing babies?
Barack's allowed to kiss babies. Joe Biden's allowed to kiss babies. Anybody that is running for vice or president is going to kiss a baby. I'm happy to do it and just show up for the show. Baney and Modest, 2020.
Hate babies.
And the last matchup is extremely interesting. We have Eric at 6-7 and Steven at 6-7. Now, I have Steven ranked at number 7 given his record. He is playing Eric, who's at the 9 spot. If Eric can win this week, he will knock Steven down to the 9 spot, and Eric moves into the 7. Could really spell trouble. That being said, Steven's the away team. As long as Curry plays, he's going to rain hell down on Eric. D'Lo is coming back, so that's something to watch for. He might be limited. But if you have Booker have another shooting night like he had tonight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Greek is out there getting defensive stats. I'm going to pick Steven here. But who knows? A 5-5-1 might be possible.
It's definitely in his favor, in Eric's favor, that he's home. But just looking at the depth, I just don't think it's enough. If Pau Gasol just doesn't play one game, plus Paul Millsap's not playing.
I was about to say Eric's still carrying Millsap, and even when D'Lo comes back, he's still going to be carrying Millsap.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he
when
could
D'Lo-
switch.
yeah.
Yeah, he could switch Millsap to the IR and have D'Lo. So, like I said, that could be.
Tatum's got a stiff knee.
It's just tough. I'm gonna go ahead and pick with Steven.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Steven, too. Just due for a bounce back.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that
Eric.
being said, I'm going to run through the commissioner's
Yep.
list. I was talking about it a little throughout. Kyle is, again, the number 12. He has a pretty tough matchup this week. CJ, I have at the 11 spot. He's playing Neiman. Cody at the 10. Good Lord, you need a win against the champ. Number 9, as I alluded to earlier, I have Eric right now. Based on all the records, he is the number 9 team. Above him, Doug, who has the tiebreaker with Eric. Steven comes in at number 7. Steven has the tiebreaker with Doug. Matt is number 6 here above Steven. Matt has the tiebreaker with Steven, so that could be very interesting if Steven or Neiman don't catch up to me, where they fall as far as the seeding goes. I have Neiman at number 5. He actually has the tiebreaker with Matt. Neiman plays you in the last week, so that's another interesting matchup we have to look forward to.
Yep.
Number 4, I have Adam here. He still has a better record than Neiman. His record is tied with me. Number 3 is Simmons. I can't put Simmons any higher because the highest he can go is the 3 seed. So he's locked in at the 3. And number 2 is your boy, Mr. Modest, when it counts the most, the 2 seed. And then Number 1 seed is the champ, the reigning, defending number 1 seed champion, who I'm going to beat the championship this year with my 2 seed, Mr. Joel Gibson.
We'll just see about that. We'll just see.
We're getting healthy. Voos is coming back. He's just waiting. He called me the other day, told me the hand was doing great. Absolutely he did. And
funny you should mention that.
Funny I should mention that. Why?
Because James Harden, he was calling me.
James Harden.
He was telling me
It's
that
weird.
Hammy is feeling great.
We're both talking about top 10 players here. What a
Shut the fuck
coincidence.
up.
What a coincidence. That is incredible. That is incredible.
Wow.
Congratulations to everybody. These next few games, it is going to be so close. I am getting more excited by the week.
Yeah.
Shout out to Simmons for getting close to you again. You have been able to rid your Simmons demon this year.
Yeah.
You won both times.
Yeah. It's over.
So we'll
No
see.
more.
We'll see if Simmons can get redemption in the playoffs. If he can get that far past the 2 seed, Mr. Modest.
Whoever gets to me, just know, James Harden will be lurking. He's going to be just fine.
DeMar DeRozan's a monster. Trade deadline is January 24th. It was 2 weeks from Monday. Get those final trades in, everybody. I'll post them as soon as I can. As a reminder, we're changing it. If there is a trade that's made on a day that is close or that would process after the game start, I am not going to process it till the next morning to avoid losing stats. Almost fucked me against Eric. Thank goodness it didn't. And now we know.
Yeah,
So,
now we know. That's the only way we can do it.
Yep, I'll post a list this week. Good luck to everybody. 3 weeks left. Here we go, boys. See ya.
See ya.